I did a video before coming live. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet or not. Good morning. As we see from time to time, we see these horrible, gut-wrenching stories that come out. And we did that yesterday with Sarah Grace Patrick. Today, we're going to talk about a different family. And trust me, on both cases, there's a lot of information to go over. But I think I put out enough videos on the first case for us to be able to segue off and to start covering this one as well. And I think many of us did that for quite a while incognito. If you missed yesterday's, you have got to go check out the videos I did yesterday. Sarah Grace Patrick is the tab. Okay, thank you. Thank you. On her tab, all of those videos are important on that. Sarah Grace Patrick was arrested for the murder of her mother and stepfather about 5 months ago. But now we have another case that has some... Thank you for extending your subscription. Now we have another case that has some shocking similarities. Where did my page go? Just giving people a couple minutes to get in, guys, while I pull up the story. I'm not really seeing much on this one yet. So this one really hasn't gained much traction yet. Thank you. Okay. We'll just go off of what we have here for now. So this is Jessica Lyman. Maybe that's why, because it's Lyman, not Lyman. That extra A might have done me wrong here. Hold on. Here we go.
ABC4 News at 10 starts now.
Welcome, everyone, to the News at 10. I'm Brian McElhatton. Sarah Murphy is off tonight, and we are glad you're with us. We begin with a major update in the mysterious killings in a Saratoga Springs home. Today, search warrants were unsealed, shining further light into what police found on that grim morning. On March 28th, police found the bodies of 44-year-old Jessica Lyman and...
I just want to put out that trigger warning beforehand. This information is not going to be easy to hear. I know it never is, but I'm just giving you the warning.
8-year-old Eli Painter. They had gunshot wounds to their heads. After that, though, new information on the case simply dried up. That is until tonight. We're joined live by ABC4's Mackenzie Diaz in Saratoga Springs tonight. Mackenzie, you've read through the search warrant here, and the details, they are hard to hear.
Yeah, that's right. With no charges yet, we have new search warrant documents that I read through today. We talked to a private investigator. They're pretty disturbing details, so we do want to warn you that these details coming up might not be appropriate for younger audiences. Over near Willowbrook Lane in Saratoga Springs, a house with a whole new meaning after what happened on March 28th.
We find out from the search warrant that they believe this is a homicide.
Saratoga Springs police found 8-year-old Eli Painter and 44-year-old Jessica Lyman dead with gunshot wounds in the head. Police say they were both in the master bedroom, found by a 17-year-old who had just gotten back home. Lyman was found with her pants around her knees and what they believe was seminal fluids on the sheets near the 44-year-old. A 15-year-old male told police he was sleeping at the time of the shooting, also telling police he didn't know of any guns in the house. When police searched the 15-year-old's room, they said it was a mess. They found 2 BB gun pistols and handwritten notes with phrases like, "This is a murder story," firearm testing, and DNA. Private investigator Chris Bertram weighs in on the situation.
It's interesting because they're drawing both indirect and direct correlations to the 15-year-old that was in the house.
A doctor who treated Lyman confirmed she had some kind of substance that could be sperm on her.
They find other evidence that, that leads them to believe that there may be other circumstances in this case. Specifically, the evidence that may be related to a sexual assault.
Surveillance.
I know, that's some disturbing stuff. But there's more. There is a lot more. Keep in mind, no one's been arrested yet. No one's been arrested yet. However, they found some stuff in that 15-year-old boy's room. Her son. They found a brown mask. And on the night of the murders, there was video of someone in a mask leaving through a gap in the fence at, I believe, 2:30 in the morning, and then returning 30 minutes later. Thank you for the follow. Returning just 30 minutes later, and no one else is shown coming or going from that home. But that's not all. It's never all. There's always going to be more. There's messages. That's why I said trigger warning on this. This is disturbing stuff. There's messages between the mother and son, her oldest son, that show a very strained relationship. There was also other stuff that belonged to the mother that was found in her 15-year-old's room. Stuff you wouldn't want in your son's bedroom. So again, trigger warning.
Footage also showed someone walking around the house early that morning with a white mask, and police say that same mask description was found in the 15-year-old's bedroom. Police did search Lyman's phone and found conversations between her and the 15-year-old. His messages to her said this: "Shut up, witch," and "I'm happier when you're not around," as well as other profound language.
If a juvenile is involved in this, it's not something that we discuss. It's not something that is for public consumption until...
Those were not the only messages. And I put some of them in the video that I did, so make sure you guys check out the video. He was very, very cruel to her. Very, very, very cruel. Thank you. Good morning. Very cruel to her, saying that he wished that he would have died in the womb. There's a lot. It's a lot of really cruel, mean, disgusting stuff. And we don't even have the documents yet. So we're just cracking into this story. But this is going to be another one that will chill you to your bones. And yeah, I saw the comment that you wrote earlier of these children unaliving their parents. I would never have expected it to be like this, to see this many. I think the difference between, well, there's a lot of differences, but with this case and the justice for James and Kristen is that the person charged with that murder is a female. And for some reason, when there's news about stories like this, I find it's more disturbing when it's a female. I don't know if you guys agree, but I do find it more disturbing when it's a female. Except this one here has many different elements. Because it wasn't a female. It may have been a male, but there's been no arrest yet. However, what was found in his room is pretty damning. They still have testing that they have to do, a lot of it. Think about handwriting, DNA. There's a lot of fluids that should not have been near the mother's body and on her clothes that they have to test to see if it's his. So this brings an extra element. One that we really don't want to hear about. We don't really want to know about, but we have that horrible desire in us as people that follow true crime to have to figure out how the hell could they do that? And I always end up with the same answers. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to let him talk and give us a little bit more here.
Charges are filed and adult charges are filed.
Bertram says in most cases, if there is a public safety threat, police will let the community know.
The person may be in a juvenile facility. They may be in a mental health facility. They may be in a hospital. They may actually even be with, other family members that can account for them.
You're saying a lot of maybes and could be's, but we're not hearing anything about reinsurance there. He could be here, he could be there, he could be there and there. But there's no public safety threat. Whoever did this also essayed her. And you want us to believe that there's no threat? A woman and her 8-year-old had their lives ended in a very grotesque way. Good morning. You want to tell us that there's no threat?
And the firearm has not been found yet. There is a search warrant found yet. There is a search warrant for the 15-year-old's phone as well, but that information has not been made public yet.
If you guys are just coming in, this is a new story. Yeah. Well, you gotta remember, you guys, they have to have the right amount of evidence. If they bring somebody in, they only have so long before they have to be ready for those charges to go before a judge. And if they don't have everything they need, it can be tossed out. We don't want that. Nobody wants that when you are having somebody that committed a crime. Especially, well, it's just alleged at this time. He's not been arrested. But the 15-year-old, there's a lot of background, guys. And I did a video on this before coming live. So if you guys missed any of it, you guys can go back in the video and get the background as well. But we have a flash goal, guys. It's asking for 40 roses, but it only counts 1 rose per person. So if 40 of you could send that rose, we'd greatly appreciate it. Okay, so like I was saying, there's some very disgusting messages between the mother and her son, him saying he wished he died in her womb, amongst many others. We don't even know them all. But the hatred was clear. I believe one of the other messages was along the lines of, was it, you're not, I think I have it in here. Let me pull it up. Do you know how insignificant you are to my life? That is what he said. I wish I died in your stomach. So forensic download of Lyman's phone revealed a slurry of these texts from her son in the weeks before she was shot. The weeks before. Now, you guys tell me this. Does that sound like a regular teenage boy? No, it doesn't. No, it does not. We still need lots more roses, guys. If you haven't sent your rose, please send it over. This is not a comfortable case. at all. And then you have to wonder, if he did that to her, why did he do that to him, his brother? Why?
Other news tonight, 2 News broke the story Monday and dove deeper
Thank
yesterday
you.
into now unsealed warrants in the Saratoga Springs murders of a mother and son. Now neighbors are calling the revelations twisted and even shocking.
Yeah, Brian Millay, he is asking the questions tonight on what may be a key piece of evidence. He's joining us live in the neighborhood. So, Brian, what is this evidence?
According to the warrants, it's potential DNA collected in the home soon after the discoveries of Jessica Lyman and her 8-year-old son, Eli Painter.
Eye-opening.
Guys, we need about 24 more roses. There's 200 of you in here. It only counts 1 rose per person. So if you send 2, it's only going to count it once. So if you haven't sent your rose, if you could please do that. We want to get this flash goal knocked out. That way we have another win. It's been quite a while since we've had a win, guys. So if you could help us get there, I'd appreciate it.
Definitely.
Neighbor Michael Rose's description of unsealed warrants more than 100 days into the investigation of the murders of mother and son inside their own home. It's revelatory.
It is. It is because up until this point, we thought that evidence was limited solely perhaps to a Ring doorbell camera.
Among other things, the warrant said a note with the words murder story was found in a 15-year-old son's bedroom, that he sent vulgar...
Let me see if it'll let me pin it again in a few minutes, but when you press the gift, it's literally just a single rose. Click that, it's 1 coin. But if you can't find it, as soon as it lets me pin it again, I'll pin it for you. So are we looking at another child that wanted to be in the spotlight? That's certainly what it seems like to me with Sarah Grace. But are we seeing another one that wanted to be in the spotlight? With words like that? I can't help but wonder.
Angry text to his mom months prior, that a mask was discovered in the home similar to one worn by a figure outside the property hours before this became a crime scene.
Immediately uneasy. Uneasy is an understatement.
Then there's potential DNA evidence thought to be semen collected on site. The Utah Department of Public Safety says the state crime lab's median turnaround time for DNA results is 72 days. But in May, it was 56 days for all DNA and just 34 days for sexual assault kits. Do Saratoga Springs police have those results? They're not saying. With new stunning warrant information, caution too.
Clearly there's more. Because, yeah, why isn't somebody held accountable?
It's important to not jump to...
Exactly, why that little boy? Did he just happen to walk in the middle of this? And so he felt he had to end his brother's life? We don't know. And keep in mind, this is alleged. He's not even been arrested yet. They're still waiting for results.
Tonight, a former investigator.
Okay, guys, we need 11 more roses. If you guys could help us reach that, it only counts 1 rose from 1 person. So your first time, it only counts it once. We haven't hit these flash goals in a while, so if you guys could help us hit it, I would really appreciate it.
Weighs in on new details uncovered in the shooting deaths of a Saratoga Springs mother and her 8-year-old son. New evidence has been released from recently unsealed search warrants. New specialist Shelby Lofton walks us through these new discoveries. Some of them are pretty grim, Shelby.
And again, if you guys are just coming in the middle of this, I want to tell you, trigger warning, this is another very disturbing story.
Back in May, the assistant chief of police sent us an email saying, due to the sensitive nature of this case, no more information would be made available at that time. But these newly unsealed warrants tell us a whole lot more about what police found inside the townhome and what led up to this.
We have to be very cautious.
Pieces of evidence like masks, text messages, and notes found at a Saratoga Springs family.
Do we have a problem in the chat? No, it's already taken care of. if you guys don't like what you're hearing in here, any of you at all, you are more than welcome. If you go like this up or this down, it'll help you move along.
Home detail what investigators have been looking at since March. That's when police found 44-year-old Jessica Orton Lyman and her 8-year-old son with gunshot wounds. Since then, investigators have provided few details.
We can't put them out in the, just out there because we can risk maybe not getting evidence. We could risk suspects getting away.
Retired Deputy Police Chief Chris Bertram says the unsealed warrants tell us more about family dynamics.
It's a little more clear with the text messaging.
I'm seeing a couple more text messages now. Guys, we only need 3 more roses to get this flash goal knocked out. Who's going to be my final 3? So, we have the I wish I died in your stomach. I don't like you. Go away. Do you need to learn how to shut your mouth? Those are 3 of the text messages sent from her son to her. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys helping us get that flash goal. It means a lot. Thank you. We finally hit our 50th flash goal, guys. It's been a while, but thank you. This is a case out of Saratoga Springs in Utah. And it's very disturbing. We're looking at possibly another case where the child unalived the mother, but not just the mother, but also the sibling. Very disturbing. So trigger warning, guys.
There may have been conflict. There may have been, some stress in the house.
The warrant states masks were found inside the teenage son's bedroom. Investigators say it resembles a mask seen on an individual walking outside the home on a neighbor's ring cam.
If we have camera angles that then show that nobody else left the house, nobody else entered the house, that would lead us to believe that there may be somebody in the house that may be responsible for it.
Police have not said if someone is in custody. The Utah County Attorney's Office says the police department is still investigating and no possible suspects have been named. Bertram says police likely do feel pressure to say whether there's a threat to public safety at this point.
They should release that information. There are potentially consequences if they don't release that information.
He says we should be cautious even with this new information.
Nobody has been charged.
So again, I beg to differ on, is there a threat to the public? When you have a little boy and a mother unalived and the mother was SA'd. Where is this boy? I don't know. This is just the picture that came with the news story out of People magazine. I just picked it. I didn't blur anything. It was with a firearm, yes. But keep in mind one thing you guys may have missed. You may have missed that when the police came, the 15-year-old said, there are no pew-pews in this house. He shouldn't have known how they died. He told them there was no pew-pews in the house. He shouldn't have known how they died. That's one huge tell. Not only that, but he had BB gun type weapons in his room. Now, the family released a statement on this, so I want to hear that one next.
We do have some breaking news for you right now. Just into the newsroom for the first time, we're hearing from family members after that possible double murder in Saratoga Springs. 43-year-old Jessica Lyman, her 8-year-old son Eli Painter, were both found shot in the head inside their home in March. Both died, but police have released limited information on a potential suspect. A newly released search warrant shows police found a...
Thank you for the follows, guys. And if you guys are just coming in, trigger warning. This is a disturbing case. And I'm glad you guys are new here. Great to see you guys. No, I do not know. Like I said, I just found this case before going live. And I had enough time to put together a video on it to give you guys the basic background. We're still trying to pull all the documents through the system. It's going to take us some time. It's going to take some time, but we're trying to pull them. And we couldn't get them before the live. But when we do, we'll have another live, and I'll put them in a video too. It is still under investigation. He has not been arrested. No one has been arrested yet. Keep that in mind.
white mask and a letter about murder inside Lyman's 15-year-old son's room.
Police say the family is cooperating with the investigation, and for the first time, the family released a statement saying in part this: "It has been over 3 months since a tragic act of gun violence took the lives of our beautiful daughter and sister, Jessica Lyman, and our precious 8-year-old grandson and nephew, Eli Painter. Not a moment passes that we don't feel the weight of this unimaginable loss. Our family is forever changed. While we continue to wait for answers, we remain hopeful that justice will be served and those responsible will be held accountable." Now they're asking anyone who may know something about what happened to go ahead and contact police.
And we will be following along as that story develops.
They're not naming a suspect, but all evidence is pointing to her 15-year-old. They have downloaded from her phone some very vulgar text messages. There's a lot of stuff that was going on in that house. Let's see what we have here. Hey, Wendy, how are you? Good morning, guys, or afternoon.
Well, some
depending on
legal
where you
insight
are.
tonight after we were first to uncover the search warrant surrounding the murders of Jessica Lyman and her 8-year-old son, Eli.
Those warrants paint a mystery. Chief investigative reporter Wendy Halloran has been digging into this one for us today. Wendy.
Well, Heidi and Mark, an affidavit for a search warrant that gives many legal experts pause to even comment about. I'm going to break down items found during the execution of that search warrant, but keep in mind it's been 3 months since that search warrant was issued. No one has been arrested. No one has.
Guys, I don't know where the father is. I don't know where the daughter is. I only know where the little boy is. And he's no longer with us. A bigger question I have is, where's the 15-year-old? Like I said, I found this story shortly before going live, and I did a video about it. We're still waiting to get the documents, the search warrants, any documents that we can. We're still waiting for that. But I wanted to give you guys an intro into this case because we are digging, and we are digging now.
Has been charged, begging the question, why didn't it remain sealed?
You got it. Okay, we got
Saratoga Springs Police Detective
Hold on a second. We got it, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know if I'm ready. We don't use the K word in here. TikTok doesn't like it. Okay. We'll go through this, but I just want to caution you guys again. This is disturbing. This is a very disturbing case. In the 4th District Court, Utah County, State of Utah. So the items that were taken from the house include a Samsung Chromebook laptop, located in Noah Lyman's room, electronically stored information including telephone numbers of incoming and outgoing calls, the telephone number of missed calls, and the dates and times recorded for such calls, list of telephone numbers, related names, the telephone numbers of the subject telephone and related information, voice messages, text messages, digital photographs and video files, delete electronic information, travel routes, GPS coordinates, Google Map timeline, Google location, calendar information, internet IP addresses, emails, all electronic communication, including text, emails, image files, audio files, video files, contacts, screenshots, notes, browsing history, messaging apps, social media apps, cloud-based accounts registered to the device or the user, or any other digital evidence that may relate to this case. Other information that may be useful in identifying telephone numbers called to or called by the subject telephone, or messages sent or received by the subject telephone, and any other information that may be useful in identifying associates involved in illegal criminal activity. When I'm reading this, guys, I won't see your messages, so I'm not being rude, I'm just reading. All right, now we have here the search warrant, guys. Eurofient has observed through prior training and experience that many phones and devices require the use of biometric authentication in order to open certain areas on the phone, such as, but not limited to, private photo albums and deleted text messages and/or images. This feature requires an authorized user of the phone to present their face in front of the phone or device for a facial scan. Once this is done, the device recognizes the facial features and access is then granted to the device. Eurofient further requests the authority to direct any persons possessing the appropriate biometric authentication related to this specific device to employ the use of such method to open or unlock the device. This could be in the form of a fingerprint or facial recognition. Authorization is also requested for officers to submit the cell phone or computer to an examiner with specialized training in forensic programs for cell phones or computers, and if necessary, submit the cell phone or computer with forensic analysis, which may include other experts inside or outside the state of Utah, and that said property or evidence was unlawfully acquired or is unlawfully possessed, has been used or is possessed by the purpose of being used to commit or conceal the commission of an offense, or is evidence of illegal conduct. Affiant believes the property and evidence described above is evidence of the crime or crimes of murder. The next one is on SA, guys. The fact to establish grounds for the search warrant are: Eurofient has been a police officer in the state of Utah for 20 years, graduated the Police Officer and Training Academy, and have received specialized training in radar, LiDAR, as well as interview and interrogation techniques throughout my career. I've investigated a range of cases, including homicide, rape, burglary, theft, or assault. I am also trained in special weapons and tactics, and as a school resource officer. Currently, I'm assigned to the Detectives Division Special Victims Unit and the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. My recent training includes courses from the National Criminal Justice Training Center of Fox Valley Technical College with topics of ICAC, cyber tips, IP address tracking. Let me go on ahead, guys. On February 28, 2025, at approximately 10:11 a.m., officers with Saratoga Springs were dispatched to the address of Willowbrook Lane, Saratoga Springs, Utah. The residence is one of several connected multi-story townhomes. The Lyman residence is an end unit and is located on the south end of the building. A female, later identified as Lexi Lyman, had called 911 and reported that she discovered two individuals unconscious and covered in blood at the scene of the address. So that answers that question. He didn't find them. She found them. The sister found them. So when he answered the door and said that there was no guns in the house, how would he have known that it would have been a firearm that they were looking for? Flag 468. I have listened to the 911 call and heard the following. Lexi related to the dispatcher that she entered the Lyman residence that morning after spending the night at her father's home in Cedar Hills and discovered her mother, later identified as Jessica Lyman, and younger brother, later identified as Eli Painter, laying in a bed, unconscious and bleeding from their heads. Lexi is also reported that her 15-year-old brother, later identified as Noah Lyman, might also be at the residence. Thank you. Sergeant Hammer and Officer Sorensen arrived at the Lyman residence at approximately 10:17 a.m. and entered the residence. The officer first contacted Lexi at the front door and were directed to the upstairs portion of the residence. Hammer and Sorensen discovered Jessica and Eli lying next to each other on a bed in the master bedroom. From the foot of the bed, Jessica was lying to the right side and Eli to the left. Both had blood on or about their heads or faces. Again, you guys, trigger warning reminder. And it was pooling on the bed below each of their heads. Both appear to have been shot in the head with small caliber rounds, according to Hammer. He checked Eli for a pulse but could not find one. Hammer observed that Eli was pale and cold to the touch and in rigor mortis. Hammer also observed Jessica's shorts or pants were down around her knees. Sorensen checked Jessica for a pulse and observed a gasp of breath and her eyes roll into the back of her head. At that point, Sorensen initiated CPR. Soon thereafter, EMS arrived and took over life-saving measures for Jessica. According to paramedic Brian Holliday, he and another paramedic moved Jessica from the bed to the floor. While moving Jessica, Holliday observed that Jessica was wearing shorts that were normally situated around her waist and a pair of underwear, and they were both pulled down to her knees. Jessica was eventually transported by EMS to the Utah Valley Regional Medical Center. When EMS started treating Jessica, Hammer left the master bedroom and determined with Officer Potts, who had just arrived, that they needed to clear the residence. According to Hammer, both officers first cleared the basement, then worked through the main level, and had gone upstairs to clear that level when Hammer first saw a male, later identified as Noah Lyman, exit a bedroom door and enter the hallway. During all that, he didn't come out of his room? Thank you for the follows, guys. During all that? Hammer told Noah that he could not be upstairs and that he needed to go downstairs with the officer. So here's an even better question. Actually, we know the answer, but I think they should have secured the house a little bit sooner. So he escorted Noah to the stairs and turned him over to Potts, who then directed Noah to take a seat on the living room couch. Nobody else was located inside the residence. Potts remained in the living room with Noah, and according to Potts, Noah asked Potts what had happened multiple times, and Potts told Noah that what he knew was limited. He then asked what Noah had been doing that day, and Noah responded that he'd been in his room taking a nap. We're going over the case of Jessica Lyman and her son. If you guys missed any of this, I did put a video out before going live, and I'll be putting this live on my YouTube as soon as I'm done. If you're not over, follow me over there. It's Michelle's Criminal Musings there as well. Potts asked Noah if he'd heard anything, and Noah responded, no. Potts asked if anyone else lived at the residence, and he identified his sister Lexi. Brother Eli, mother Jessica, and sometimes Eli's dad, later identified as Jason Painter. Potts also asked Noah if there were any weapons in the home, and Noah responded that he wasn't aware of any guns inside the home. At that point, Noah had not been told by EMS or police officers that the incident involved a gun or gunshot wounds. While speaking with Potts, Noah removed his cell phone from his pocket. This phone was later collected by law enforcement. Noah and Lexi were transported from the residence to the Children's Justice Center in American Fork, Utah. Both Noah and Lexi were subsequently interviewed by forensic interviewers at the CJC. Following Noah's interview, Noah indicated that he had been up late that night before using his cell phone. A search warrant for the residence was prepared and authorized by Judge Ann Boyle on March 28th, 2025. Officers and forensic evidence technicians began executing the warrant at approximately 2:30 p.m. During the search, 2 .22 shell casings were found inside the master bedroom. In addition, technicians used an alternate light source to examine the bed on which both victims were found. The technicians observed what they believed to be dried seminal fluid in the sheets adjacent to where Jessica had been lying. Southwark performed a presumptive test on the substance, and the test was positive for seminal fluid, also found during the initial search of the residence. Also found during the initial search of the residence were a variety of toys and lubricant. Located in both Jessica as well as Noah's room. Individual black fishnet stockings that matched were found. One stocking was in Jessica's room. The other was found in Noah's bedroom. When I said trigger warning this 5 times I've said it, let's amp that up, okay? We have massive trigger warning here, you guys. Both stockings were found in dresser drawers. The boy in the middle, he's the victim and his mother's the victim. We don't know about the 15-year-old, but from everything that's lining up, if we had to take a stab in the dark at this, there's something there. A lot of something. Also found in Noah's bedroom were several pairs of small female panties. The girl was with her father, and her father dropped her back off at the mother's home. She's the one that found him and called 911. She was with her father. Noah's bedroom was also searched, and Detective Morgan observed the bedroom was in a state of disarray. I also helped with the resident search and observed dirty dishes, old food matter, drying clothing, and overall clutter. During the search, Morgan located an empty Pilsner can in a dresser drawer, 2 BB gun pistols, plate carriers, and magazine pouches. Detective Corey Manis also located a handwritten note referencing several forms of forensic evidence, including specifically the note mentioned serology, DNA, and firearm testing. They also located a second handwritten note saying, "This is a murder story." And that was by the son, the 15-year-old. The search also produced numerous electronic devices, specifically a Samsung Chromebook, 2 Amazon tablets, a gray Nintendo Switch, a white gaming Xbox, a silver Apple iPad, and a white computer tower were recovered from Noah's bedroom. A turquoise Nintendo Switch, a gray Dell laptop computer, an ON computer tablet, and a pink computer tablet were recovered from the basement level of the home. A black iPad was recovered from the main living room area, and a Nest digital camera recording device was located in Jessica's bedroom. A black Chromebook laptop computer was also located in the hallway of the upstairs level of the home. After Jessica was removed from the Lyman residence, Detective Landon Braden was tasked with responding to UVRMC to check Jessica's condition and collect potential evidence. No, I'm not saying the mother was assaulting the son. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just reading the report and what I'm getting from the report. And this is just my opinion based off reading from the report. That it was the son to the mother. Okay, so he arrived at the hospital approximately 11 a.m. Soon after arriving, Braden was approached by the doctor with concern for Jessica, stated that he examined her and discovered fluid. Hi, we're talking about the case of Jessica Lyman. And again, if you guys missed any of this, I will be putting the live on my YouTube when we're done, so you guys can find it there. It's the same name, Michelle's Criminal Musings. I also put a video on my TikTok before coming live. This is just a very much more detailed thing that I'll have to put up on YouTube because this is a lot. I cannot read you guys this part, but with the mother, there was concerns of SA. There was fluids found as well. There's a lot of talk about SA. A lot of it here. And very detailed on what was wrong and what was seen on Jessica's body. Eli's body was removed from the residence and transported to the Utah State Medical Examiner's office at approximately 7:30 p.m. on March 28th. An autopsy was performed on Eli at approximately 9:30 a.m. on March 29th. At approximately 12:30, Sergeant Beglarian received word from the medical examiner's office that Eli's autopsy had been concluded. Beglarian spoke directly with Dr. Bratton Davis, the pathologist that performed the autopsy. According to Dr. Davis, Eli suffered 2 GSWs to the head. Thank you for the follows, guys. On March 29th, 2025, Detective Dalen Casier contacted David Thompson at his residence. Mr. Thompson has 2 surveillance cameras on the outside of his residence, and he gave access to those cameras. They collected video captured during the earlier morning hours, of March 28th. The cameras captured the front steps and driveway of the residence and a wide area south and east of the residence, including residences across Willowbrook Lane and on Silvercrest Drive, which eventually intersect with Willowbrook Lane. Both cameras capture an individual exiting a gap between 1261 Silvercrest Drive and 1273 Silvercrest Drive at approximately 2:30 a.m. on March 28, 2025. The individual then appears to walk short distances both north and south on Silvercrest Drive before he turns north onto Willowbrook, only yards north of the Lyman residence. The individual is then observed approaching and entering the gap between 1262 and 1254, walking east, before the individual walks out of the camera's view. He is seen pausing and putting on what appears to be a white mask over his face. The 1254 residence is part of the same building to which the Lyman residence is connected behind. Now we're going to page 4 of 6 of the search warrant, guys. And I'm just reading this as I'm seeing it and cutting out words that TikTok doesn't let me use. So I'm not seeing chat at the time, guys. But I will be posting this on my YouTube when I'm done. And there's a short video about it already on my TikTok. All right, page 4 of 6 of the search warrant. Now, east of the townhomes is a gravel path that runs unobstructed the length of the parallel to the townhomes, including the Lyman residence. The Lyman residence can be accessed from the path through the gate or over the vinyl fence and through a sliding glass door into the basement. On March 31st, 2025, Detective Beglarian collected additional video evidence captured on doorbell cam from 1261. The camera also captured the individual emerging from the gap between 1261 and 1273 at approximately 12:30 on the 28th of March 2025, and then returning to the same gap at approximately 3 a.m. and walking east between the two residences. Nobody was captured either entering into or exiting from the gap for the rest of the night. Detective Beglarian, followed the individual steps and observed behind the two residences a narrow path that runs parallel to and behind the townhomes. And it runs between the fenced-in backyards of each residence, and the fence separates the townhomes from an adjacent apartment complex. The path, however, is obstructed in both directions by locked gates. The adjacent apartment complex consists approximately of 12 buildings. During the execution of the original search warrant for the Lyman residence, detectives observed but did not collect. Wait, what? During the original search warrant in the Lyman's residence, detectives observed but did not collect several masks. Really? Including a mask that was light in color. He had masks in his room. One of them, light in color, matching the mask of the person that was seen on the cameras. And y'all didn't take them? In addition, detectives observed that the sliding glass basement door was not secured. Although the door was inspected, no efforts were made to dust and collect fingerprints from. You find a door that's not secured and you don't print it. You find masks, one of which matches the video, and you don't collect that. But they put it in their second warrant. Maybe they're about to do that. Okay, although the door was inspected, no efforts were made to dust and collect fingerprints from the door. Furthermore, during the initial search, no firearms or evidence related to firearms were found and have yet to be found. Since the execution of the original search warrants, officers have been watching surveillance video recording from a neighboring residence that captures the front driveway of the Lyman residence. The video is continuous, uninterrupted, and records from approximately 8:30 p.m. on March 27th until 9:30 a.m. that next morning. Although vehicles and pedestrians are observed on the video, none are seen parking at or stopping in front of the Lyman residence. Also, since the execution of the original search warrant, members of Utah County Search and Rescue searched the nearby Jordan River for weapons. Dogs, specifically trained to locate metallic objects, including firearms, were deployed throughout the subdivision, and drones were used to search the area from the air for weapons, and no weapons were found. On April 1st, 2025, a second search warrant was signed by Judge Craig Powell, authorizing another search of Willowbrook Lane, Saratoga Springs, Utah. During the search, Manus recovered a mask from Noah's bedroom. Better late than never. They're lucky it was still there. The mask was white and brown. It resembles the mask that was seen in the video recordings that neighbors previously provided to law enforcement. On April 2nd, 2025, Manus received a forensic download of Jessica Lyman's cell phone. The download was obtained pursuant to the search warrant signed March 28, 2025. The download included a text message conversation dating in July 2024 between Noah and Jessica. The conversation contains messages to Jessica from Noah stating the following. I cannot read all these text messages to you guys. I'll try my best to substitute words. How's that sound? We got a deal? F off, ho. I don't like you. Go away. Leave me the F alone. Shut the F up, please. Do you need to learn how to shut your mouth? I'm more happy when I'm not around you. Shut the F up. Can't hear you, womp womp. You're so effing mentally ill. Shut up, witch. Now we're on page 5 of 6 on search warrant here. It continues with the messages. Do you know how insignificant you really are to my life? Very insignificant. Yes, this is Noah's messages to Jessica, sorry. No. The daughter was dropped off the morning that she found them by her father. These boys were in the house. Yes, between the mother and her oldest son. Okay, so we know that one, okay. I wish I died in your stomach. Wouldn't have to put up with you. The affidavit has been reviewed by Jordan Albers, the Utah County Attorney's Office, and it has been approved for presentation to the court. Wherefore, your affiant prays that search warrant be issued for the seizure of said items in the daytime. Yeah, I didn't blur the faces, guys. They were pre-blurred. Okay, so next we have the application to seal search warrant and related documents. Your affiant requests pursuant to Utah Rule of Crime, the search warrant, application, affidavit of other recorded testimony upon which the warrant is based to include this application for an order sealing such documents. Be sealed on July 3rd, 2025 for the following reasons. Cause a substantial risk of harm to a person's safety. Pose a clearly unwarranted invasion of or harm to a person's reputation or privacy. Pose a serious impediment into the investigation. This is an active murder investigation. If the suspect were to obtain the information listed in this affidavit, it could cause substantial risk to harm to a person's safety, pose a clearly unwarranted evasion or harm to the person's reputation or privacy, and pose a serious impediment in the investigation. I declare under the criminal penalty of the state of Utah that the foregoing is true and correct on this 4th day of April, 2025. I don't know where he is. Next we have search warrant to any peace officer in the state of Utah, proof by affidavit made upon oath or written affirmation subscribed under criminal penalty by the state of Utah has been made to me by Detective R. Philip Lees. Guys, I want you to keep one thing in mind. As of this moment, that boy's not charged yet. We don't know where he is. We don't know who he's with, but he has not been arrested. Unless I'm missing something. It's entirely possible, but maybe we just don't know yet. By proof of my affidavit made upon oath or written affirmation subscribed under criminal penalty of the state of Utah, having made by Detective Ryan Lees of Saratoga Springs City, this day I am satisfied that there is probable cause to believe that on the premises known as 367 Saratoga, on the items described as the laptop in the city of Saratoga Springs, there is now certain property or evidence described as... Should we be reading this? If you guys are not familiar with this case, I did a video on it before going live that will get you guys caught up on the basics. This live will be put up on my YouTube when I'm done. I just have to give it time to upload or to download, then re-upload. Thank you for the follows, guys. He may have been, or he may have been the perpetrator for both. We don't know. We don't know what the dynamics is in this family. We don't know. But what we do know is how she was found and what has happened to her. And everything is pointing to her 15-year-old. Okay, so they took a Samsung Chromebook located in Noah Lyman's room, electronically stored information, including telephone numbers. All right, that's the same as what I had read earlier, that it just repeats it over. Yeah, that's the same as it was in the other search warrant. The next item is wait, no, this is, you are therefore commanded to make a search in the daytime of the above named or described person, vehicle, item, and or premises for herein above described property of evidence, and if you find the same or any part thereof, retain such property in your custody subject to the direction of the prosecutor or an order of this court. A firearm is what they're looking for. This is why I asked if we should be reading this. Again, order to seal. Based upon the application to seal in the accompanying affidavit in support of the search warrant, it is hereby ordered that the search warrant application or the affidavit or other recorded testimony upon which this search warrant is based, to include the application for an order sealing such documents, is sealed until 7/3/2025. So it was just unsealed. They're not saying, hey, seal it on 7. No, sealed until. So yes, we can be reading this. I feel better now. I was getting a little nervous there. If it was going to go on much more saying like it was sealed, I would not have been reading it. Okay, so now this is the 4th day of April 2025 at 2:36 p.m. Return to search warrant. So now we're going back because we're getting the older information brought forward. The personal property listed below or set out of the inventory attached hereunto was taken from the person of Samsung Chromebook laptop by virtue of search warrant dated on the 4th day of April 2025 and issued to the 4th District Court, Department. The device was submitted to Utah County Forensics for analysis. At this time, it remains unknown whether any evidence has been recovered. Should any evidence be obtained, it will be formally documented in a police report and secured as evidence for the police department. And then it says the detective's name of Saratoga Springs, by whom this warrant was executed, do swear that the above listed or below attached inventory contains a true and detailed account of all the property taken under the warrant on the 4th day of April of 2025. All the property taken by virtue of said warrant will be retained in my custody subject to the order of the court or any other order or any other court in which the offense in respect to which the property or things taken is triable. I declare under criminal penalty of the state of Utah that the foregoing is true and correct. This was executed on the 15th day of April 2025 at 11:57 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the search warrants. Let me see if this is something else. Yeah, it is something else. It sure is. I just had to read ahead because I don't want to start reading something that I'm not supposed to read, so just give me a minute here. Okay, so this is what we essentially just read. Okay. This is what we essentially just read. But this one page I'll go over again because it says what they had found, what they had come to. So Lexi was at her father's home in Cedar Hill and discovered her mother, later identified as Jessica Lyman. And again, you guys, trigger warning. This is very disturbing. Discovered her mother and younger brother lying in a bed, unconscious and bleeding from their heads. Lexi also reported that her 13-year-old brother might also have been at the residence. I'm sorry, 15. I was like, wait a minute, she has a 13-year-old brother too? Not wearing my glasses. Sergeant Hammer and Sorensen arrived at the Lyman residence at approximately 10:17 a.m. and entered the residence. They first contacted Lexi at the front door and then were directed upstairs to the portion of the residence. They discovered Jessica and Eli lying next to each other on a bed in the master bedroom. The master bedroom is the same room that she had cameras in. Does that mean that those cameras were on? Does that mean that that entire crime was captured on that camera? I didn't know if you guys remember that there was cameras in her room. But now that we know they were found in the master room, maybe. Okay, next we have GSWs to the head with small caliber rounds, according to Hammer. Again, Eli was checked for a pulse and could not find one, and he was in rigor mortis. Jessica, her undergarments were pulled down around her knees. She had a pulse, and she took a gasp of breath and her eyes rolled into the back of her head. They then initiated CPR. Soon thereafter, EMS arrived and took over life-saving measures for Jessica. According to paramedic Brian Holliday, he and another paramedic moved Jessica from the bed to the floor. While moving her, Holliday observed that she was wearing shorts that were normally situated around her waist and her undergarments were pulled down to her knees. She was eventually transported by EMS to the Utah Regional Medical Center. It then goes on to again repeat that EMS started treating Jessica. Hammer then left the master bedroom and determined with Officer Potts, who had just arrived, that they needed to clear the residence. According to Hammer, both officers first cleared the basement. And again, at this point, how would he have not heard a house full of officers and paramedics? It doesn't make sense to me. They then worked on the main level and had gone upstairs to clear the level when Hammer first saw a male, later identified as Noah Lyman, exit a bedroom door and enter the hallway. Hammer told Noah that he could not be upstairs and that he needed to go downstairs with the officers. The more that we read, the more I'm wondering, do they not have the results of those tests? Why is he not arrested yet? Keep in mind, one of the news clips that we had watched, he had said, we don't know that he's not in a mental health institution. Why would he say that? Is he in a facility? They already have all the footage. But I don't know about the master bedroom one. No, he's not behind bars. He's not been charged, and all of this information was sealed until just recently. So we're just now getting it. Knowing everything that we know and everything that was found in his bedroom, in the video of one person, one male, leaving with a mask and coming back half an hour later and no one else coming or going, and he was the only one in the house that was alive until the sister came home. And then the essay and the items that were found in both her bedroom and his bedroom. They say that I don't know. I don't know. That's what we're going to be looking into next. I'm just coming to you guys with what we have right now. No, they have not found the weapon. They have not found the weapon. It's not Ohio. With her father. She was with her father that night too. He dropped her off that morning. She came home and found them. Yeah, this is Utah. This was sealed until a few days ago, guys. What they did find were BB pistols in his room. It's entirely possible, sure. However, we have months and months of text messages of him saying the most hideous things to his mother. So are they setting him up? And long term, have they been setting him up? And was he texting those things? I did too. I do too. I feel horrible for her. I know it does seem pretty clear who the perp is. But like I said, these documents were just unsealed. It's on the screen, Jessica Lyman. But you guys, like I said, we just started looking into this. We just went over all of the search warrants. And after reading all the search warrants again, why is he not in custody? Where is he? I don't know why they unsealed him. They didn't specify. Thank you for the follows, guys. So where is this boy? That's what I'm thinking too, Gigi. That comment that was made on the news, that's where it's leading me to think. But as you guys can see, he's 15, yeah. As you guys can see, there is a lot that we have to dig into on this. A lot. I'm just glad that we were able to get a hold of the search warrants. Thank you, Sam. Sam, you know where to start digging, right? So, as you guys could see, this is a very, very disturbing and troubling case and concerning case. I did do a video on it before coming live. If you haven't seen that, that's where you guys can get the background information. This live will be uploaded onto my YouTube. After we end the live, I download it and then re-upload it. It just takes a little time. So you can catch this on my YouTube. It's under the same name, Michelle's Criminal Musings. And I may just cut the part where I read all the documents and put it on TikTok, but that'll take me a little bit more time. This case, we need to do a lot of searching to find more information. I'm just glad that we were able to get a hold of the search warrants because that gave us an immense amount of background information that we may not have had otherwise. Thank you. He is underage, yeah. But as of right now, there is still no arrests in this case. But all things is pointing to her oldest son. Her youngest son is no longer with us. So we have a lot of research that we got to do to dig into this. A lot. We got social medias we got to go through. We have a lot of stuff that we got to do, but we will start looking for this information. Again, this is a case that I just came upon this morning, and I wanted to give you guys the introduction to it. Don't know. I don't know who the oldest son's father is or any of that yet. Your brother lives in the same condos? Whose parents? Like I said, thank you, Triple. Like I said, this is a story that I just found this morning. Just found it this morning. I'm just glad we were able to get the search warrant so we can get some much more disturbing, in-depth information. I don't know yet. I have not checked her yet. I literally did the video for this. We started looking for these documents, and I came on the live. Well, I've gone through all the details in the document. What was that supposed to mean with the exclamation mark and the question mark? If you missed it all and that's what you're insinuating, again, I will be putting it up when I'm done. But one thing I don't know, many things that I don't know, is where is he? And why isn't he arrested? So as you can see, guys, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of digging to do. We do. But when we do, when we have more information, we'll put another video out, and I'm sure I'll schedule another live for it. But we have a lot of work to do. I put a video up on the regular backstory before coming live. So there is a video to give you a backstory. And I'll be putting today's live on my YouTube after it downloads from TikTok. That way you guys could watch it again. Excuse me. That way you guys could watch it again. The mom's clothes were found pulled down from her body. Oh, wait, what's this? We have her obituary. Well, this will make it a lot easier to look into her family. Thank you for sending this. You're welcome. One second. Drive safe. Oh, wait. Can you do that before you leave, please? Okay. So we do have some information on her here. Sorry, I forgot to pull the camera back. Jessica was a devoted mother to her 3 children, Alexis, Noah, and Eli. She was their greatest champion, always cheering them on and fiercely advocating for them. She worked tirelessly to create a home filled with love, laughter, and warmth, ensuring they always felt supported and cherished. She spent her early years in Wyoming, Washington State, and Utah. Graduating from Mountain View High School, she pursued higher education in Birmingham Young University and Utah Valley University, where she studied psychology. Despite her time at BYU, she was always rooting for her youths. Jessica began her professional career in 2001, excelling in roles as a human resource professional, account manager, and project manager. She was known for her exceptional work ethic, intelligence, and ability to rise quickly through the ranks. Her photographic memory and attention to detail made her stand out in her field. She was often recognized for her outstanding professional contributions and leadership. Beyond her professional successes, Jessica had a deep passion for giving back. As an organ donor, she gave the ultimate gift of life to 3 families. She had a love for theater and music, often attending performances across the valley. She also had a love of the beach, a favorite being of Oregon coast. She recently renewed her passport to visit England and Spain with her family last summer. More than anything, Jessica treasured creating special moments with her children. Whether attending a Sabrina Carpenter concert with Lexi, surprising Noah with flying lessons for his 15th birthday, or taking Eli to a trampoline park, she always found ways to bring adventure and joy into their lives. Jessica is survived by her parents, her siblings, her beloved children. She was preceded in death by her grandparents and her son Eli. Right there, the little one. She will be remembered for her kindness, resilience, and the profound impact she had on those around her. Her big, beautiful blue eyes were as unforgettable as her generous heart. The public viewing will be held April 7th, 2025 from 6 to 8, and again on April 8th at the LDS Chapel. Funeral was on April 8th at 1 o'clock. She sounded like a great mother. And the Facebook accounts are rolling in now too. It says content is not available right now on that one. Yeah, 100%. I'm right there with you on the empath. Hold on, I gotta authorize this. Hold on, I gotta authorize this login. I just wish for once that my computer would remember that I say yes, my device can log into my account on my second device in my home. Okay, we have Noah's Facebook. And that was sent by Samantha. Thank you, Sam. But I'm not seeing anything from 2025 in there so far. Let me check the photos. Nope. No photos, no video, nothing in 2025, guys. Okay, grandfather. Let's read Eli's obituary, guys. I want him to be as important as his mother here. Oh my gosh, such a beautiful boy. Eli Ronan Fox Painter, aged 8, passed away on March 28, 2025. Though his time with us was far too short, Eli filled every moment with boundless energy, laughter, and love. Born on February 14th, 2017 in Utah to Jason and Jessica. Eli was our favorite Valentine. He was a bright light in the lives of all who knew him. His adventurous spirit, infectious youth, enthusiasm, and tender heart left an unforgettable mark on his family and friends. A second grader at Riverview Elementary School, Eli was an eager learner who especially loved math. He thrived on curiosity and creativity, whether it was solving puzzles, building intricate Lego creations, or diving into one of his favorite video games. He had a deep love for Sonic the Hedgehog and could spend hours playing any Sonic game, as well as Minecraft and Mario Party. Recently, he had discovered a new favorite game, pickleball. which was the last thing he played with his family on Tuesday evening before he passed. Eli's world was full of adventure. He adored Spider-Man, basketball, soccer, and riding his bike. He was just beginning to learn how to skateboard and was always ready for his next challenge. He loved going on walks in nature, where his boundless curiosity shined as he explored the world around him. He had a remarkable talent for art, spending hours creating drawings that captured his vivid imagination. Eli also had a budding passion for cooking, helping Jessica make dinner from a special cookbook she gave him for his birthday. He never missed an opportunity to visit the jump park where he could run, climb, and bounce. Above all, Eli cherished his family. His playful nature, kind heart, mischievous grin will be deeply missed by all who had the privilege of knowing him. He is survived by his siblings, Alexis and Noah, who is now 16, by the way, and Alexis is 17, as well as his father. He was preceded in death by his grandfather, Robert Lee Painter. He was reunited with his loving mother, Jessica, March 31st, 2025. A memorial balloon launch was held on April 5th, 2025. That had to be beautiful. I want to see if I could find that. That'd be a good way to remember them. And this was to celebrate Eli and Jessica's lives and the joy they brought to those around them. I'm going to look see if I could see if they did a video of the balloon launch. Because for me, that feels like just as important as the other details in the story. So if I find it, I will put it out in a video, guys. I'm hoping for it. Thank you. Yeah, when you're speaking about victims, you have to have respect for them. They're no longer around to defend themselves, and people that are speaking on them need to do it with respect. Through all the research we do with true crime, it is in fact through their memories that we do it. Allison found us something here. I have to show this to you guys. Eli, thank you for being Zoe's buddy. She misses you. Oh God, I'm gonna cry. It's so beautiful. You were my best friend. Samantha found a GoFundMe, guys. Which we'll put it in our Facebook group. If you're not in our Facebook group, it's Criminal Musings. There is a GoFundMe. This GoFundMe is literally titled Support for Jessica's Family After Tragedy. So far, there's only been $14,000 raised. Dear friends, family, and compassionate strangers, it is with deep sorrow that we share the tragic news of loss of my beloved cousin, Jessica, and her precious son, Eli. Jessica, just 44 years old, was a dedicated mother to 3 wonderful children, Alexis, Noah, and sweet Eli, who was only 8. Ma'am, no, Sir Binks, sir, what are you doing? Sorry, Binks decided to interrupt with his little chasing of toy. I have no idea which toy he's chasing. Eli, who was only 8. Their sudden passing has left an indescribable void in our lives that we struggle to understand. Jessica was not just a mother, but a shining light in our family, known for her kindness, her warmth, and her beautiful smile, and boundless love for her children. In light of this tragedy, another GoFundMe has been created under the name Eli Painter to support his father during this incredibly difficult time. If you are able, we encourage you to contribute to this cause. The unimaginable loss has left our family in shock and profound grief as we process this tragic reality. We are also committed to supporting the surviving members of the family as they navigate the challenges ahead. The funds raised will go towards covering immediate expenses and providing necessary emotional support as they work through this painful journey. We recognize the complexity of emotions surrounding this situation, and we sincerely appreciate any support that you can provide, whether through donations or by sharing this message with your networks. Donations will be directed to Jessica's sister, Lindsay, to help take care of her estate. Binks! Sir! Hey, we do not eat plastic, sir. No. Sorry. Thank you for keeping Jessica and Eli in your hearts. Your kindness and compassion means more to us than words can express. Like I said, we will put both of the GoFundMes in our Facebook group. If you guys are not a part of it, it is Criminal Musings on Facebook. Again, we will put it on there, and I'll also, it won't be until tonight, but I'll put together the screenshots of both his and hers and put them on my TikTok. If you guys can help when you see those by reposting them, I would really appreciate that. This family needs support. I know what some of you are thinking. There's still one innocent child left. The other one is just a suspect at this time. No one's been arrested. So again, this one is titled Support for Jessica's Family After Tragedy. Thank you. Nope, no plans. Just here. After this live week, go on, and we're currently reviewing Karen Reed Trial 1 because we didn't get to see it. So that's what we'll be doing next. Okay, I've seen a lot more pictures. Thank you, Allison, from the balloon ceremony. But if I could find a video, I'll be a very happy person. Okay, Octavia found the father's GoFundMe. Hello. This one is titled Help a Family Recover from Tragic Loss. This one reads out as follows. Dear friends, family, and compassionate supporters. Mila, that was rude. She just came in and tried to close my office door to shut Binks out. Sorry. Our hearts are heavy as we gently reach out following the heartbreaking loss of 2 deeply cherished members of our community, a devoted mother, and her beloved 8-year-old child whose lives were taken in an act of violence. Sorry. Those who knew them understand how profoundly their warmth, kindness, and the extraordinary bond that they shared touched our lives. As their surviving family navigates the unimaginable grief, we have a meaningful opportunity to surround them with care and support they just so genuinely deserve. Your contributions will directly support the expenses and immediate financial necessities, helping the family find stability during this incredibly difficult journey. Every act of generosity, big or small, is a powerful reminder of the unity, love, and strength within our community. Beyond donations, your prayers, heartfelt thoughts, and emotional support are equally valuable and deeply appreciated. Thank you for standing with this family during their time of greatest need. Your compassion will make an immeasurable difference. With deepest gratitude and love. They have raised $18,000 so far on this one, guys. And again, we will put this one on our Facebook as well. So both of them will be on our Facebook. How was this picture put on his page at June 19th? He was clearly... I was just sent a picture from her oldest's page, Noah. He posted a picture of him with his mother on June 19th. Do we have another case where somebody's trying to learn how to look like a victim? I don't know, guys. But keep in mind, he has not been charged with this yet. So we have a lot of stuff that we've got to go through. A lot of Facebooks that we now have to go through. And we have the rest of the legal documents. Keep in mind, these were just unsealed. I read you guys what I had. And if you guys missed any, I'll be putting it on my YouTube after. It's under the same name. Don't forget to subscribe when you go over there. So, I'm going to end us here, guys. Because we got a lot of digging to do. A lot of digging to do. And for those of us that are doing the Karen Read trial one, that's what we start doing at about noon. So, I'm going to end this live so we can start researching, but also to restart my second live. If you guys are wanting to watch the Karen Read trial one, please stick around. Other than that, I will post updates when I have them, guys. There'll be a lot of digging involved, and I'm hoping soon we'll have news that somebody was arrested. Thank you guys so much, and if you're not going to come for the Karen Read, you guys have a great day. Hug your kids. Remember to hug your kids. Thank you guys so much. Bye, guys.